We're once again doing yet again another video on our girl, Sagittarius Shawty. A lot has happened to our girl since the last time we have checked in on her. Unfortunately, Sagittarius Shawty's old Twitter account is no more. A big bully jerk decided that he was gonna report the shit out of it. All because Sagittarius Shawty decided, you know what? I think I'm gonna advertise my OnlyFans account by uploading a video of me sucking some black dude's dick to Twitter. And a bunch of other stuff. And because of, what this big bully jerk did, flagging her Twitter account, Sagittarius Shawty got sad. She got so sad she was contemplating committing suicide and going back to being a hooker and working at hotels and shit. Because apparently, Sagittarius Shawty makes money on Twitter. Okay, so if you flag her Twitter account down, she's gonna lose her job. Even though she only makes money on fucking OnlyFans and YouTube. But regardless. If you flag down her Twitter, she's gonna get sad. She might have to quit the internet and go back to being a hooker. Even though she probably does it already. Oh, and aside from that, in a recent YouTube live stream, Sagittarius Shawty gave a shout out to her Kiwi Farms thread. So it's nice to see that Sagittarius Shawty is aware of Kiwi Farms. Kind of makes you wonder how much longer till Sagittarius Shawty finds out about little old me and the stuff that I've been doing. But anyway, today we're going to be going over Sagittarius Shawty's more recent video. And that video is going to be Mukbang / story time, They Held Me Hostage. Oh boy. This should be a very fun and very interesting video. So, let's get into this bad boy.
So, rule number 1, if a man cheats on you, fuck his entire family and his friends.
Hold up, I saw little shorty blow up. She know I'm about to blow up. Now these shorties wanna. I know these niggas talking.
Okay, I don't have a lot of time because...
Ugh, Jesus. Back the fuck up, you fucking sea cow. Oh, good God.
I get it. The food's dropped off. Yes, you can go. Sir, get off my property.
Has it ever once crossed your mind that the reason why they haven't left your property yet is because they're just letting, Grubhub or DoorDash or whatever the fuck you order off of? They gotta update their system to let their boss know that they delivered the food to you. Or maybe, they just gotta figure out what the next order is. Has it ever once crossed your mind? Nah, who am I kidding? If you did, you wouldn't be throwing a temper tantrum that they're still at your house.
I hate when they drop off the food and they literally just sit outside waiting for you to grab it. Like, I put contact.
No, they're really not waiting for your fat ass to grab the fucking food. Like I just said, if anything, they're just, letting their bosses or supervisors know that the food they dropped off has been delivered and are waiting to get their next delivery. So
I didn't have to see you, buddy. I don't like interacting with humans. Just drive away. Thank you, sir.
You don't like interacting with humans unless they're black people who live in the ghetto and whose dicks you can suck for money on OnlyFans. Those are the only humans you like.
Okay. So, today's video, I'm breaking out. We are doing a mukbang. My dad's out right now. I don't have a ring light, so I'm going to use the sunlight for this. Okay. Oh my god, I don't even know. I don't even know how this is gonna work.
I'm sure you'll find a way.
Now where am I gonna put my food on? This is really weird. No. I was just gonna put my phone up against my dog's ashes. That's so not cool. I don't even know what this is. Oh.
Why do I have a feeling that wasn't the first time she's actually done that? Why do I have this feeling she has a history of knocking over her dead dog's ashes too?
Apparently it doesn't move. Okay, so today's video. Oh, this is where I used to make my videos when I was like cute and stuff like that. Okay, so
you were cute? That's news to me. I always thought you were a dumb fat cow. Okay, you still are.
Today's video is gonna be the story time of when I got like kidnapped, but like this is like one of the story times of when I got kidnapped.
Wait a minute, you mean to tell me this is yet again another kidnapping story? This isn't the first time you've been kidnapped? How the fuck are you still alive? Who gets kidnapped so many fucking times and doesn't get murdered? That doesn't make sense to me. You know what, I'm just gonna call it now. Next time this bitch gets kidnapped, which will hopefully be soon, I guarantee she's gonna get fucking killed. And what a joyous day that will be for me and the internet as a whole. Anyway.
Now, the other one's kind of more intense than this one. So we're just gonna go with this one because it's kind of semi-funny / not funny at all if you think about it, but okay. So.
Well, I guarantee it's gonna be funny to me, so.
Well, it starts from like, there's like events that led up to this, so like we're gonna. So it starts with me being homeless, and like I'm staying at a homeless shelter, and like they didn't have Wi-Fi or anything. Like I don't know what kind of homeless shelter has no Wi-Fi, but so I was staying at this women's abuse.
Seriously, you're seriously bitching and moaning that the fucking homeless shelter you were staying at had no Wi-Fi. Sagittarius Shawty is legit throwing a temper tantrum right now. She is legit complaining that the fucking homeless shelter she was staying at had no Wi-Fi. I said it once and I'll say it again. This bitch is really preppy and really stuck up.
Shelter, and basically, like, it's for like women who've been abused, or like it's like some place safe where like your abuser's not supposed to know where you are.
Okay, man, why are you here for? Well, I had to get out of the house because my daddy was constantly giving me salads. I said, fuck you, bitch, I'm gonna eat fried chicken till I die. You gotta protect me.
So basically, it has like one bedroom for like each person, and like all the girls there had families and shit, and like they knew I was an escort, and they were like so judgy, even though like
Gee, I can't say I blame them. I can't say I blame them. I too would be judgy if I knew I had to stay in a homeless shelter with a fucking hooker.
Bitch, please. But anyways, like we all had like our own room, and like it was nice and big. Like it had like a dresser, like the beds were really comfy. Like we had a lock on our door with like a code that we had to put in. They had our own like bathroom in the room. Like I was living nice for a bit, and then I decided, well, if I'm staying here, how am I gonna get my money up if I'm not working?
Maybe get a real job? Have you ever considered that?
So, I decided I'm gonna leave this nice, beautiful, homeless shelter, and I'm gonna go back to working in the telly. So I asked my girl, I'm like, do you know any pimps that, like, you could, like, put me on to? Like, I'm trying to, like, work again. She goes, yeah, sure. So I get in contact with this pimp.
So Sagittarius Shawty, who was homeless at the time, manages to get her very own room inside of a homeless shelter, a female domestic abuse shelter, okay? She gets her very own room inside this fucking homeless shelter. You know, she's got her own room with the bathroom inside it. You know, she's living pretty good for a homeless person. And then she decides she needs money. So rather than staying in said homeless shelter and getting an actual job, she decides to say fuck it, moves out of the homeless shelter, and proceeds to become a hooker once again. This fucking idiot. Okay. I've said this numerous times, but the way she's going, she's either going to die of a heart attack or a stroke, or she's gonna get killed by someone. I guarantee it, this bitch is not gonna make it to 30. I guarantee it. I wouldn't be surprised if by this time next year, we start hearing that Sagittarius shawty is missing, or is dead. It really wouldn't surprise me if this bitch does not make it to 30, or at the very least does not survive till next year.
And basically, like, we're talking, whatever, like, we set up a plan for him to, like, come, like, rescue me from, like, I told the workers there, too, like, I told them, like, I'm gonna go back to work, because, like, you know, like, I'm not doing anything here, whatever, so.
Why not get yourself a real job? You're homeless, you're staying at this nice homeless shelter. You can get a real job and still live at the homeless shelter there. But you're throwing it all away to become a hooker once again. You really are a fucking idiot.
I think this is upside down, I'm not sure. I hope it's not okay. So what we're eating today is a shawarma poutine, and
I have no idea what that is.
Shawarma, but in poutine form. Poutine.
That looks disgusting. I have no idea what the fuck that is, but that looks disgusting. This looks like the shit they would have served at fucking concentration camps. I have no idea what this is. But let's take a look anyway, okay? So we got what looks like to be, I'm gonna assume, mayonnaise, some gray shit, maybe rat brains, some ketchup or hot sauce and french fries. I have no idea what the fuck this is. But this is 100% disgusting.
Sorry, I'm trying to hurry. It has, like, garlic sauce and, like, hardly any freaking hot sauce. Are you kidding me? Rudeness. Okay, so anyways, that's what we're eating. Oh, this is good. Yeah.
So what? It's just garlic sauce, hot sauce, and french fries? Is that what you're eating today? Is that what you literally got Uber Eats for? So you can get this shit?
Oh, yeah, this is really good.
Oh, the hot sauce is really good.
Okay.
I hope you choke on it.
Okay. So, the pimp comes pick me up. He's with my girl. We go to a telly, whatever. I get too drunk, and I spend the night at this, like, nice-ass hotel. Didn't get a single, like, I didn't, like, answer any of my calls. I just got drunk and woke up the next morning, like, what the fuck happened? Apparently, I did a bunch of Molly. That was, like, black Molly or something. I don't even know.
So, Dum Dum here decides to leave her fucking nice-looking homeless shelter. Decides she wants to be a hooker once again. She gets into a car with this person, a man that she's never met before, and that person's gonna be her pimp. And so this pimp puts her into a nice hotel, well, in this case I should say a quote-unquote nice hotel, and rather than actually doing her fucking job, she decides to get blackout drunk and do drugs and pass out. Fucking idiot. I swear, the day she dies, which will probably be soon, the day she dies, that will be the happiest moment of my life. I swear, I will remember that day for the rest of my life. The day I found out Sagittarius shawty died. That will be the greatest moment of my life. That will be something I tell my grandchildren. I will tell my grandchildren the story of Sagittarius shawty and all the fucked up things she did, and how I wept with joy the day I found out this bitch kicked the bucket. Hopefully this day comes soon. I hope it comes before Christmas. That way we can get a very nice early Christmas present.
Anyway, so then I was like, oh, you can take me to a cheap hotel, like, now, like, because I fucked up the night, da-da-da-da. So he takes me to fucking the Marigold, which is, like...
What?
The ghettoest fucking, like, nastiest hotel you could go to as an escort.
Well, you said you did want a cheap hotel, so you get what you fucking get.
So we get there. And I'm hungover as fuck.
Of course
I'm feeling the after effects of Molly.
Of course you
So,
are.
like, I'm super...
What? You're super what? Fat? We already know this.
My dad just got home. Way to ruin my day, father.
What a great idea being a massive dick to your dad.
My dad can't hear the story, though. He's gonna be like, what the fuck were you doing? This doesn't have enough hot sauce. Should I complain? Okay. So, basically, I'm depressed as fuck. Like, I'm puking my ass off. Like, I feel so fucked up because, like, I did, like, a lot of Molly. And, so I decide to get, like, I get in touch with this other person. And he was like, oh, you're trying to work, da-da-da-da-da. And he's, like, this really good-looking, like, light-skinned guy from, like, I think it's from Saga or Brampton. I'm not sure. But he goes, okay, I'm going to put you in contact with my friend. Like, they do this on the 3rd, and they're looking for someone to stay in their condo in the Monroe Towers. And I was like, okay. So they pick me up, and basically I run away from that pimp. He walked in on me saying, he's gonna be like, get out of my house. Get out of my house. So they come pick me up, they help me get my stuff out, whatever.
How much you want to bet the moment he heard his daughter talking about her running away from the pimp, the dad proceeded to go to his room and started getting drunk and crying that his daughter's an absolute failure. I mean, that's what I would do if this was my fucking daughter. Who am I kidding? If this was my daughter and she was actually doing this shit, I would have kicked her out of the fucking house a long time ago. And I would have made sure she would have never gotten a fucking dime in my will. Because any parent that has a daughter like Sagittarius shawty doesn't deserve a fucking dime. To get a fucking dime from them in their will. They don't deserve anything at all. But that's just me anyway.
It's like these two guys and a girl. And then we go to the condo. And then we go inside the condo. Like, I drop off my stuff or whatever. And they're like, okay, let's go for a drive. So we go for a drive. And we get to a McDonald's. Like, after them, like, talking for like an hour literally in the parking lot while I had to sit in the car and just wait for them to be done talking. They go, oh, go inside and grab me a drink. My dumb ass doesn't think. We go inside. I go inside to grab them a drink. I come out. The car's gone with my shit in it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So that night, I ended up having to sleep literally outside because there wasn't a 24-hour McDonald's, and so I slept outside of a gas station that was open all night.
Fucking beautiful. This dumb cow leaves the car with, I guess it's her clients. They wanted her to go get a fucking drink, and they just run off with her fucking stuff. And she has to sleep outside of a fucking gas station now. Fucking beautiful.
And I went to the McDonald's, and basically I ended up finding out this girl's address from her ex or whatever. He's like, you shouldn't even have been hanging around her. She's really shady, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, well, she stole my shit. So
I don't see what you're complaining about this person. I fucking love this woman already. She's willing to abandon your fucking ass. Let's just think of it. She talks to this dude for about an hour. They ask you to go get her a drink, and they run off with your fucking stuff, and as a result of that, you have to sleep behind a fucking gas station for the night. Holy shit, that is the best. That is the most epic troll ever. I gotta commend this woman. Great job, honey.
I show up at her crib or whatever. I start banging down the door. This bitch answers the door, and she's high off my medication that she took from my bag.
Yeah.
And if you know about, your anti-anxiety meds or whatever, you can't just go in and be like, oh, I lost it. Can I have some more? They're gonna think that you're doing, dirty shit with it. So, my anxiety was really bad for, a good, month. But anyways.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Past that. It's so hard to, So anyways, I grabbed my shit.
And?
Oh, no.
Oh, there's more, okay.
That was after I got kidnapped. Hold on. Okay.
Wait, what?
I get in touch with this guy. He tells me he's 21.
What?
And he can help me out. He has, this whole program going, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So he cabs me from Saga to Brampton, which is where he stays. I get into his room. First of all, he lives with a bunch of people. There's people everywhere. Then,
And?
he tells me, oh, I'm only 17. This is where the story ends for now, my friends. The attacker has come. Okay, he goes, I'm only 17. And I was like, what the fuck? Because, I was 21 or whatever. And then, not only that, his room, the entire room was just the bed. And it was really weird. He goes, oh, you can shower, you can stay the night or whatever. You can, take a nap, because, I was dumb tired because I hadn't slept in, I think it was 2 days now that I hadn't slept. My dad's in here. And,
Show us the cuck. I want to see the cuck with my own eyes. I want to see the worst father in the history of Canada, if not the history of the world. Please, show us the biggest loser aside from you.
what else? What then happened? Okay, so I hadn't slept in 2 days.
Oh man, I wish you would have thrown a beer bottle at her head at that moment. That would have been the funniest shit ever. Just to see her fucking dad have enough of her bullshit and just chuck a beer bottle at her head. Oof, that would have been beautiful.
Okay, and I don't have my stuff on me, so I wasn't going to shower because, then I'm going to get back into dirty clothes. There was no point. I smelled, wasn't wearing makeup. all that other shit, like, I was wearing my glasses, like, whatever, like, I looked ratchet as fuck. And he goes, oh, can you, like, give me head, or can you...
Well, to be fair, even with makeup, you still look ratchet as fuck, so...
fuck me to show me what you're working with, like, and so we can see if you're going to be a good worker. And pimps try to do this all the time, and they're not, like, you don't have to do that. That's not even how it works. Like, yeah, you can if you want to, but, like, they just try to get your fucking head or, like, your pussy out of it, and it's really fucking annoying and stupid. So I was like, no, I'm not touching you. And then he called some other guy, and some other guy's supposed to come through, and he's the one who's older and actually does it or whatever. And he goes, oh, why are you sucking him off? And then he goes, when I get there, you're going to do it to me. You have to show me what you're working with. And again, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So, anyways, I was like, I want to go. Like, I feel uncomfortable. I want to go. He's like, no, you're not leaving. So I try to leave. A bunch of very scary looking men stopped me at the door. No, you're not leaving. You're not leaving. You're not allowed to leave. And then he goes, you're not allowed to leave until you pay me back for the $50 that I spent on the cab somehow. I was like, I don't have $50. I'm homeless. Like, what are you talking about? Like, where am I getting $50 from? He's like, okay, well, you can suck off my landlord and I'll let you go. And I was like, okay, so I pretended that I was going to suck off his landlord or whatever. He's like, okay, go wait in the living room. He'll come to you. So I go to the living room. He ends up coming into the living room. He brings this girl over. She's only like 16. She's sitting there talking on and on about her escorting services and like how she makes so much money. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, girl, like you need to go, like, you know, you're underage. This is already super sketchy. Anyways, and then they were, like, talking about, like, my
You enjoying the story so far? Because I sure as shit am not.
race and, like, where they're gonna put me, da-da-da-da-da. So I go on live on my phone. They're not even letting me leave the living room at this point because they think I'm gonna try to escape. So I go on my phone and I go on live and I'm just, like, I have my phone down here, like, as if it's just sitting there and I'm just going like this. And, like, people are commenting and, like, people knew that I was homeless and there was a lot of sketchy shit that I was going through, during, like, this process of me being homeless. So, a lot of people were commenting, like, are you good? Like, why aren't you speaking? Like, what's going on? Da-da-da-da-da. And I don't even know what I said. I was just like, no, I'm not good. I think I just, like, nodded my head no. And then my girl ended up messaging me. And she goes, yo, what the fuck? Like, what's happening? Da-da-da-da. I was like, well, they're not letting me leave. And she's like, who's they? Like, what happened? Like, where are you? And so I sent her my location. And then when someone in the house gets a phone call, this guy gets a phone call, he comes in the living room, he points at me, and he goes, you? And I was like, what? Like, what the hell is going on? I just messaged her, I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? He's like, yo, my man knows where you are, like, my man knows, like, the guy that's there, da-da-da-da. So he gets off the phone, and he goes, or he doesn't get off the phone, he stays on the phone, he comes in, and he goes, you can go if you want. I try to leave again, because he's like, because the guy on the phone, like, he's, like, well-connected. He has, like, a lot of, like, his name holds weight type of shit. I don't even know. Like, people know him and, like, they don't want to fuck.
Let me guess. He's a gangbanger, isn't he?
With him. So he was like, yo, let her go. Or, like, I'm gonna come there, da-da-da-da-da. And then they were like, okay, like, yo, you can go. So the guy on the phone says that. And then I go to leave. And then the other guy was like, no, she's not leaving. And then I was just standing there with my, like, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what do I do? I was just standing in the kitchen awkwardly. And then, like, he starts threatening them, I guess, and then I ended up leaving. And then, so my girl gets me a cab from there. I think it was, like, to, like, downtown Toronto or something. And she's like, well, it's a good thing you left because they told my man on the phone that what they planned on doing to you was running a train on you. The house was full of a bunch of Jamaican guys, just, like, I don't even know, like, it was just, like, there were kids there and everything. Apparently they said to her man that after the kids left, they had planned on running a train on me. And I even said, no, I wasn't fucking anyone. I wasn't fucking him. Wasn't fucking any of the guys.
Okay, so she goes to this random house, and there's a bunch of kids there. And once the kids fucking leave, all these Jamaicans were gonna get together and more or less rape her. Isn't that just lovely?
I said I would, like, suck off the landlord or whatever for the $50 debt, but, like, I wasn't actually going to even do that, and I probably would have, but, like, still, but I'm not going to fuck everyone there. I hadn't showered. I hadn't slept. I looked like complete shit, and these men
Do you think they care? Spoiler alert, they don't.
still wanted to fuck me. But yeah. I didn't even do mukbang, because I haven't fucking even been eating, bitch. You're the worst at I don't know, like, because it's just kind of gross. They didn't put enough hot sauce.
No,
It's
boo-hoo
really rude
for
of them.
you.
How are you gonna... I know, I went to go eat a piece of meat, and there was something really hard on it. And then I got turned off by the meat. I don't know if that ever happened to anyone. When, like, the meat just tastes... Or, like... It's textured a certain way that just turned you off. But yeah, so I escape from the house. I go and I, like, sit at, like, one of those, like, things that are in complexes, the green box or whatever.
What?
There's something purple in here. And, I wait for my cab to come or whatever, and then the guy that was on the phone who was, like, planning this whole pimping shit, like, ended up showing up and he goes, yo, what the fuck's going on? Where's da-da-da-da? Like, I don't know, I'm leaving. So he gets all mad and he leaves. So yeah, back to the part where this girl stole my bag.
Oh, finally.
My girl Ubers me to her telly. And I was talking to the girl's ex, like, not like talking, but he was like telling me where she lived. So I will kind of remember what floor it was on. It took almost like 3 days to get this shit back, okay? Because I'd been messaging them like, oh, we're not home, like, da-da-da-da, oh, you can come get it now, and then like, oh, wait, never mind. And I was like, fuck it, you know what, I'm gonna go by my damn self and get it myself. So I got past security at the building, went inside, marched my way up to the second floor, and, like, I forgot which one it was, so I basically took my phone and, like, put it around, like, all the doors, and when my Wi-Fi connected, I knew what one it was, so I banged on the door.
And?
I just fucking, like, sprayed myself with freaking gravy.
Good job, stupid.
And she goes, oh, like, I'm sorry, like, da-da-da-da. And, like, I talked to the guy that, like, set the whole thing up, and he was like, oh, they didn't know how you were going to be able to afford half of the rent each month. Basically, what they were trying to say is that big girls don't make money in the telly.
I wonder
okay,
why.
cool.
Well, apparently this
Look at
bitch
me
is
now,
able to make...
bitch. I'm more than just a telly thing now, bitch.
Well, apparently if people keep flagging your fucking Twitter account, you will go back to working the telly, so...
You punk-ass bitch. I'm sorry, but that bitch really pissed me off. She's like, oh no, girl, don't worry, I would never try to take your stuff, da-da-da-da. The girl is high as fuck. On my medication. I was gonna hit her, but she has 2 pimps, so I don't want to know what would have happened to me if I hit her.
You probably would have gotten raped. Or gotten killed. Or both. Which, now if I think of it, that's the way she's probably gonna go. She's either gonna have a heart attack and collapse on the fucking floor when she does one of her fucking YouTube live streams, or she's gonna get raped and murdered by 2 people. Which will probably be happening soon.
She goes, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, like, I'm sorry for taking off on you. I'm like, bitch, just shut the fuck up. I'm here to get my shit and I'm leaving. But yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. That was the worst mukbang ever. Like, I saw, like, a whole thing here. I don't like this place for shawarma, but, like, the place that I like is on Uber Eats, and Uber Eats has been moving so fucking weird lately. Like, it's not letting me use it. Because, like, you've ordered from here so much, we know that you're getting fat, and we don't support your obesity, so we decided to suspend your account.
Good.
Well, my dad's coming down the road. I finished out just in time. I hope you enjoy my story. Moral of the story, never trust bitches. Moral of the story, don't ever believe a guy's age. Moral of the story, I have to go now because my father's here. Bless you all, children.
No.
I don't know what to name this.
Me neither. I don't know
I don't
what
know
the
what to
name
name
is.
this. I was held hostage by a 17-year-old. This stinks.
Put your head inside of it and try breathing it. I hear it's a really fun game.
Sorry, I'm spying on my dad.
Weirdo.
Okay, bye. Toodaloos. Love y'all. How long? It's only 21 minutes. Yes! Bitch! Okay. He's coming in 5, 4.
3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Holy shit. Another shitty fucking video from this fucking sea count. How long have we been going for? Okay. Well. 10 out of 10, the worst mukbang video I've ever seen. And yet again, another god-awful and cringy video from Sagittarius Shawty. Now, as I've stated before, Sagittarius Shawty really doesn't want to start working the tellies again. In order for Sagittarius Shawty to start working the tellies again, that would require her Twitter account getting flagged down. So, I figured, you know what? How's about I leave a link to her Twitter account anyway, and see if what she says is really true. Maybe it is true, maybe it isn't, who fucking knows, who fucking cares. Anyway, I will be seeing you guys.